questions and be intentional to get connected with the other special one.
Yeah.
It just bring deeper, deeper level of knowing each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ruby is really great at, like you mentioned, at asking intentional questions. One of my favorite questions that she asked when I was on deployment, we had to spend many months apart.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Many months. It was like close to 8 months, I think, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 7, because we ended up meeting together in Hawaii for
Actually, it's
vacation.
a little bit more than 8 months. So yeah.
But yeah, during that time, she would ask me, what am I doing lately to fill your love basket?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like a really, I don't know, it's a kind of, it has a lot of imagination in that question, because you think you can visualize your love being like a gas tank.
Mm-hmm.
And is it filled? Is it empty? And then like, what has she done to make me feel loved?
Mm-hmm.
And what can, she like what can I do to make you feel loved better or make you feel more loved?
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to receive love? Those are really great questions that she used to ask, and I think like just having those discussions is really powerful, like both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And my favorite questions from Drake is that he asked me, "How are you feeling?" And especially, of course, we were talking about taking walks. He will ask that, but there's a special moment when we this is our culture, that when he come home from work, I will sit on his lap, and then we just like eye to eye and looking at each other and asking questions like, "How are you doing? How are you feeling?" And that would just bring a different feel to it, a different engaging, because I see his eye and he looking at straight at me, and it's just a very vulnerable moment, but yet very connecting with your spouse, with your special one. And then another question is, which area can I improve to love you better?
mm-hmm.
Now it sounds good. You will say, "Whoa, that's good," but then it's hard because you have to like
Hope be open to
think.
feedback.
Yeah, you have to open the feedback, but for me, to be asked by you, I really have to dig deep inside my heart. It's like, okay, how can he love me better? And it's, sometimes we have to take a moment to think. It's okay. Oops.
I'll just edit that part out. You go back and
Yeah.
start the sentence over.
And the other question he mentioned is that which area I can I improve to love you better? And I think that's just such a powerful question, because it's it's give me what is that? It's give me, let me just do it over again. Another question he asked that I think is very powerful is, which area can I improve to love you better?
Yeah.
Now it sounds very like, whoa, it's a good question, but then if you are a listener, it's hard. It's a big question, because now I have to be vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
and really look inside my heart and say, okay, what do I need to to feel loved?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of just like, oh yeah, just instead of say, I'm fine, thank you, and a fast answer. Now it's not. It's a hot connections, questions and
Yeah,
answer. So
for sure.
I think it's a powerful, and it's give you a lot of give me a lot of opportunity to like tune in and get in touch with you. And yeah, and by doing that, I think you can get a deeper connections and understand of who your partner is, and and who you are to them.
Yeah, and you can sort of like reveal maybe some things that like you're missing out on. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be like, hey, you can love me better by buying me a Ferrari. you know.
Oh, okay.
It could be something just like, hey, you know what? It's been a while since you gave me a massage, you
That
know.
sounds good.
Or it could be like, you know what? It's been a while since you rubbed my feet, or since we showered together, or just some kind of intimate moment that you miss, or some kind of date that you've wanted to go on.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't have to be like something like grandiose. It can just be like you can start off with little things. So that way it kind of maybe takes off the fear of asking that kind of question.
Let me add something like this is opportunity for you to connect. It's not a opportunity for you to like nag on each other. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you could do this, that would feel better. You know, it would take away that the connection. So and stay simple. Like for us, the thing that get us connected very quick and very fast is like taking walks.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere, and we just talks and boba,
Yeah.
and we just buy boba, walks and talks. Something that's very simple that unique to your between you and your partner, and how the relationship formed at the very beginning. I think that is very helpful, and I don't know, it will spark the fire again.
Yeah. Maybe yeah, like that's a great point because if you're like not looking forward to the answer, like like why would you even ask?
That's right.
You know, so yeah, don't if your loved one is asking you and they're putting their heart out there, be gentle.
Yeah, that's
Don't
right. Don't shoot them
smash
down.
their heart with a with the
Don't
hammer. Don't shoot them out in the open with a duck. What do they call it? The buckshot from a shotgun. You know, just be
Yeah.
gentle and tell them like, hey, you know what? This is what I haven't had lately. You know, and I understand because life is busy. We're busy. But that's the whole point of doing this is to reconnect and to slow it down. Like Ruby was talking about, it's like we try to make that a daily exercise when I come home from work. It doesn't always happen the moment I come in. It might be like 30 minutes later, 10 minutes later after I come in.
A couple hours later.
A couple hours later, but we
Depends on
try
the
to
day.
like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? We haven't really connected yet. I got home. It's been go, go, go. I haven't seen you all day, but let's take that time to really just sit down and talk, even for just 5 minutes and hug. And just hug each other and talk and just see what our partner did that day.
Yeah.
And how did that make them feel? Like, what do they want to do for the rest of the evening? Just little things like that can go a long way to stay connected and to be on the same page. And speaking of which, right, we have an assignment for our listeners.
Yeah, that's right. So we would love you to interview your partner during your engaging walk. So you can pick a place. Well, for us, it's a neighborhood in Chula Vista. So maybe you can you guys can walk for like 20 or 30 minutes and to work, with each other, and maybe on the way to a destination, the other destination, one person can ask questions, and then on the way back, can switch roles, and maybe let us know, 3 new things that you learn about yourself or your partner. And you can post it on our website or podcast on the comment.
Yeah, that'd be a really fun exercise. Like you
Yeah.
can almost treat it like an interview, like we talked about earlier. It was like you
A
can
love interview.
a love interview.
Not job
Yeah,
interview.
not like a
like a job interview. No.
not job interview.
No.
They already got the job.
Yep, that's right. And they cannot be fired.
So go on that walk and do a love interview, and then you get to your destination, turn back, and then and you switch roles. And yeah, like Ruby was saying, just let us know 3 things or that you learned about yourself or your partner.
Yeah.
Could be little things, just like, hey, I didn't know that my significant other really likes Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Or whatever, just something along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's been fun, And then, so next week we're going to be talking about
Credo.
Credo. Yeah. All right. So, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. We hope that you can take our engaging walk and make it your own. So stay tuned for next week's episode. We will discuss Credo. So one of the things I love about my wife is how resourceful she is. And she found an excellent opportunity for military families. We're a military family. Yeah, for military families to go essentially on like a couples retreat.
Yes.
Married couples retreat, a marriage retreat. So it's going to be pretty much like an all expenses paid vacation for a weekend. And, we're going to have our hotel paid for.
All the food.
All the food, and we're going to just do some...
pretty much all expenses.
Yeah, and we're going to share our experience with you guys about how that went. Is there anything you want to add before we sign off?
No, that's it.
All right, so last thing, actually. Do not forget to click the follow button. If there's a follow button, a like button, if you see any kind of positive buttons, we want you to push it.
And we look forward to 10,000 followers right now.
Yeah.
And don't forget your assignment.
Let us know what new things you learned and things that you like about the engaging walk that you take with your partner. All right, my name is Drake.
And my name's Ruby.
And we are signing off with our engaging walk.
Bye.
Bye-bye.